Here we go again. It's a home run, 3-run home run. Everett's 7th homer of the year. The Red Sox up by a count of 4-0. Now we're in the 4th. 1 out. Red Sox up 7-0. Nomar Garcia-Parra. Home run. His 2nd of the year. Red Sox way out front, cruising now into the 5th. Rangers down 9-1. Chad Curtis to deep left center. Everett after it to the wall even. And that's a good play. Red Sox win at 14-4. Martinez brothers working with props. This is how Gallagher started. Garcia-Parra, Jarrett Wright against John Ullerud going deep. And look at Kenny Lofton. Yanked that thing and brought it right back in. We take another look to see how women 18-26 feel, and they think he got up. And that's good. Now, Wright lost his no-hitter in the 7th, and now he loses his shutout. Alex Rodriguez, home run, 6th of the year. 2-run dong, tied at 2. And Wright's no-hitter, then shutout, all gone. 3 batters later, Wright against Tom Lampkin. Lampkin, the grounder. Robbie Alomar, diving, defense. Starting the 4, 6, and 3. Top of 9, 3-2 Cleveland, 2 on. Jose Paniagua against Manny Ramirez. The drive to right center. Raul Banez is there, and he's stretched out to make the play. Still 3-2 the Indians. Bottom of 9, same score, 2 on. Jay Buhner drills that up the middle. A-Rod will score from 3rd. And this game tied now at 3 apiece. Later in the 9th, bases loaded up. Who's on 1st? What's on 2nd? I don't know. Pinch hitter Carlos Hernandez at 3rd. David Bell against Shuey. Throws down the bunt. Hernandez caught in the rundown. Enar Diaz to Enrique Wilson for the tag out. Ella's play didn't work. Top of 10 tied at 3-2 on. Diaz against Arthur Rhodes. And that just does get over shortstop. Richie Sexton comes to score. The Indians go 4-3. They add an empty netter and go on to win at 5-3. Robert Ramsey, by the way, pitched well in this game for Seattle. Coming into Wednesday's game, the best player in baseball was the 16th best hitter on the Cincinnati Reds. Griffey's 192 average included 19 strikeouts against 14 hits. When he finishes with a 300 average and 50 homers, disregard all this. They just pretty much needed me to say something right there to get to the game. There's Bobby Valentine trying to keep that winning streak going. Dennis Springer getting the start. Rick Reed out with the injury. First batter of the game, Pokey Reese, knocks that through the middle. That's a single. Very next batter is Dimitri Young. This took a while to develop. Long game, also cold, and even with derogatory credit, you can own a brand new car. His 3rd. The Reds go up 2-0 early. Top of 2, still 2-0, 2 out. Young up again against Springer to center, and Benny Agbayani's after it. Got a bit confused on the play, couldn't get to it. Over the other shoulder, ball drops in. It's a ground rule double. Young's 3rd RBI in 2 innings. Aaron Boone scored there. 2 out. Denny Nagel, Edgardo Alfonso, and he's chopping Brock alive. Nagel had 9 Ks. The Reds win at 12-1. So Nagel's fine work may get lost in all the Cincinnati run scoring, allowed just 2 hits in 7 scoreless innings. As for the scoring, Dimitri 1 out. Andrew Jones, your batter. And a reminder that Surf and Turf cannot be purchased with entertainment coupons. That's a solo homer. Braves up 1-0, his 5th of the year. 4th inning, loaded up, 2 out. Kevin Millwood against Todd Hollinsworth. What's on 2nd? I don't know. Hollinsworth. Okay. And that's just another case of the man holding us down. Millwood goes 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, just 1 run unearned. 6th inning, Andres Galarraga Chula, 8th of the year. The great comeback, medically and playing great now. The Braves lead it 3-1. 9th inning, John Rocker's thrown. The bases loaded still because they've been loaded previously. Devon White's your batter, and he's going up the middle. So that's a 4, 6, and 3, and the numbers from the front on were 2 and 9. The Braves went at 5-1. Millwood's 2-0 now.
Azzo makes Ashby pay with a 2-run home run. His 3rd of the year. D-backs up by the score of 2-0. To the top of the 6th now, it's Todd Stottlemyre. He said that it's the first time he ever got his father a pass to a game, and looky there, a home run. His first home run in 216 career at-bats with his father and mother in the stands, and the D-backs go on to win by the score of the DL looking good. Down goes Jason Maxwell. Top of the 6th, it's Denny Hawking. Denny Hawking lines out to Bernie Williams. Excuse me. Bottom of the 6th, Joe Mays cruising along, but this is Derek Jeter. And Derek Jeter goes the other way, and that one is gone. His 3rd home run of the year. It's 1-0 Yanks. 2 batters after that. It's Tino Martinez. And he goes over the wall for his third of the year. Just like that, Yanks are up 2-zip, and that's the final score. Pettit back from the DL, didn't give up a run in 5 innings. Jeff Nelson got the win in relief. Yankee right fielder Paul O'Neill left the game in the second.
First inning, first batter. Brady Anderson drills that, but Frank Thomas is cat quick, and he makes the play unassisted over there at first. Second inning, runners at the corners. Sidney Ponson against Carlos Lee, and deep and out. Still plenty of good seats if you're just driving around. Come on out to the yard. Fourth of the season. White Sox up 3-0. Now we're in the third. 2 out, nobody on. Harold Baines, career homer number 275. Career hit 2,800. Ties the game at 4. Now 5-4 White Sox loaded up for Frank Thomas. This meager field cannot contain my power. 5th dong of the year. White Sox go on to win 11-6. Chicago's won 7 of 8, off to the best start since 1973. Thomas hit the grand slam while in his first game back at first base since April 9th. He'd been taken off his new old position because of tendonitis.
Up in the bottom of the third, Steve Woodward. Whoops! McGuire okay stayed in the game. In the bottom of the fourth, runners on first and second. Mike Matheny lays down the sac bunt. That moves the runners over. And they do this for the pitcher, because Rick Ankiel, the pitcher, can do some things at the plate. Rick Ankiel has drilled it way back. A 3-run home run, his second home run of the year, and the Cards are up 4-zip. Top 5. Ankiel on the hill. Jose Hernandez, ring him up, sit him down. Bottom of the 5th, it's Jim Edmonds. How happy is St. Louis to have him? 7th home run of the year. He only had 5 all of last year as he struggled a year ago with the Angels. After McGuire walked, it's Fernando Tatis, and there that one goes. His 6th of the year. All Cards, 7-0. The final scores. Ankiel throws 7 shutout innings. He's now homered in back-to-back outings. The last pitcher to do that was Scott Carl, who did it last June. 3 more homers for the Cards. That makes 50. Start for the first time this season, this weekend. Meanwhile, Sammy Sosa, top of the 7th. His 7th of the year. Cubs up 4-3. 5-3 bases loaded for the former Astro, Ricky Gutierrez. He had a career-high 5 RBIs in this game with the bases loaded here. Clears the bases. Cubs up 8-3. That's the score in the bottom of the 7th. Ken Caminiti, 2-run home run. Stroh's within 3 at 8-5. Caminiti's 5th home run of the season. Bottom of the 8th, Astros on every base. That means they're loaded. Rick Aguilera, though, comes in to get Richard Hidalgo to pop up. They get out of the jam, and the Cubs go on to win by the final score of 13-8. Enron Field, 1 man on the bottom of the 1st, and there it goes. 2-run shot. First homer of the year, coming back off that awful ankle injury. Pirates up 3-2. Bottom 6 bases loaded for Pat Mears. That's his first career grand slam. Second home run of the year. Pirates up 8-4. It's an 8-6 game in the top of the 9th. Pinch hitting Ryan Klesko. 2-run shot. We're all tied up at 8. Bottom 9, 2 outs. First and second, tie game. Brian Giles, base hit. And John Vanderwall scores a game-winning run. Pirates win 9-8. 3 homers for the Pirates. First time they've hit more than 2 homers in a game this year. The Pods had lefty Matt Wisenat intentionally walk righty Jason Kendall to pitch to lefty Brian Giles. It didn't work. Says Giles, you have to play the percentages. I knew they were going to make me hit.
Put it up. I am king of the diamond. Bring me an abundant clubhouse feast. Jermaine Dye going deep. Royals up 4-0. Dye, 5 RBI in the game. Now in the 9th, 6 up, 1 on, nobody out. Jermaine Dye again. Robbed by Tony Graffinino. Turns the 4-6-3 double play. Still tied up. Bottom of 9. 2 on, 2 out. Mark Quinn going to left. And Carlos Beltran coming in to score. The Royals do it yet again. Winners in the final at bat. The 6th straight home win for Kansas City.
We are back for the Tigers and the Angels. We're in the bottom of the 2nd for Garrett Henderson with a runner on first. There it goes. Anderson, 3rd home run of the year. Angels up by the score of 2-0. Next man up, it's Troy Gloss. Angels seem to have a habit of going back-to-back, don't they? Gloss is 6th of the year. Angels up 3-zip. By the way, who is the real Phil Garner?
Yeah, really, they look like twins.
Look like twins, don't they? First base coach Phil Garner. Top of the 8th, Brad Ausmus strikes out, throws the bat, and it hits his teammate. Juan Gonzalez, welcome to Detroit. And that kind of start for the Tigers. They go down 6-1.
Felipe Alou checking this thing out in the 6th. Vlad Guerrero didn't like that much. Got nailed by Kevin Jarvis. I will avenge myself. Vladimir's unhappy. Manager's coming out. Alou is very troubled by this entire episode. Now we're in the 8th. You will pay for your transgressions! Vlad Guerrero jacking the first pitch out of Julian Tavares. Solo dong, his 6th of the year. Look again. Vladimir. This is called showing people up, and you cannot do that in Major League Baseball. Vlad can pretty much do what he wants. Leading the National League and hitting at .452. He is very good. Kotze is your batter. Look at that. Hit it quite far. Ties the game at 7, and then blowing a save for the 2nd time in as many games. 12th inning, runner at 3rd. Antonio Alfonseca to Armando Rios. And Rios doing something big yet again. He ends up on 3rd, his first career triple. Calvin Murray scores there easily, and the Giants win it 8-7. Rios has game-winning hits now 2 nights in a row. Tuesday hit the double to beat the Marlins.